Okay, hi everyone. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me now. Does that sound any better? Are you guys, are we live? Thank you for, it looks like a lot of you guys have actually were able to get the link and hop back on, so I'm happy to see that. Okay, it sounds like you can hear me. Great, okay, perfect. So, all right, technology. So thank you for joining us Friday afternoon, Friday morning, Friday evening, wherever you are in the world. And this is one of our first, well, I think we've had a couple of members training calls before, but we're still fairly new, this company. So welcome to the call. So we do want to go over a few things on this call. Let's see, we are going to, and we're going to try and make this, we're going to do a short call tonight because we know it's Friday. We want to have fun. It's Friday. So we thought it'd be a fun idea to go with the theme and have a Panthers, call these members training Panthers on the Prowl. If you guys have any ideas or suggestions on future and stuff, you know, what is, you know, the Panthers, like, it represents a mysterious, right? They're always hunting. Big cats are always hunting. And
elusive.
Is that what we're doing as networkers? Hunting?
I don't know. The name looks cool. The color scheme looked good. So Panther Strategies it is.
So there you go.
All right, let's go.
So here we go. Okay, so this is what we're going to cover on the call today. We're quickly going to talk about how the Panther and the Atlas site work together. How do you purchase your products? We've had this question from quite a few people, and so we're going to show you how to do that today. What is the difference between being a free Cub member and a paid Puma or higher membership? I think that's important as you guys share Panther strategies to know what are those differences and what are the benefits. And obviously, how do I earn 50,000 euros per month with Panther strategies? So, okay, we'll get into that slide in a little bit. First of all, let's go. So how does the Panther and Atlas site work together? Here we are in a Panther back office, and this is actually a back office of a Puma or a higher, actually. And it's got a lot of the networking, the business, the Panther Club, I guess things that you would need to know if you're actually building a business. Although you can still build the business and earn money as a Cub member. We wanted that opportunity for people to have that. And this is actually what the Cub dashboard looks like. You'll see it looks a little bit different. It's a little simpler. It has, you know, it has the news, it has membership, you know, and leadership level, Panther wallet and Atlas wallet, and Atlas Forge subscription. Now, what it doesn't have is it doesn't have the Facebook community and the Discord community. So that's one of the things that you actually will want, or what is beneficial with a Puma or higher membership. But you have everything you need to build a Panther business at the Cub level, just so you know. One of the things that a lot of you have probably not seen the Atlas Forge website. Now we have this here. It's obviously our exclusive newsletter. It's where a lot of our education and training, where all of our licensed professionals and attorneys will come and they will do webinars. They might write some articles for us, for all the members on that site. It's actually one of the things that is required for some higher commissions as well. So you want to have an Atlas Forge subscription. It's so, the value in the Atlas Forge, just with the professionals that we've brought on board, is invaluable. But on top of that, when you're doing the Panther business, it's even more beneficial.
It's a requirement, though. Understand this, Atlas Forge is a product within Panther. Yeah. That product is an educational platform called Atlas Forge. Atlas Forge is where everybody will buy all their products, whether it's strategic metals, gold, silver, whether you want cryptocurrency education, everything that has to do with education, has to do with any products that we sell, with the one exception. You won't find Panther Strategies membership their things, but show them where your login for Atlas Forge is the same as what it is for Panther. And you got to understand, you have to be on a subscription. If you want to call it an auto ship, call it an auto ship. But think of it this way. As leaders, it's very easy to be on a $30 or $60 a month auto ship. It's nothing. It's irrelevant. So how do you get to Atlas Forge is the first thing. And then one way is right here by this button. But to qualify in the structure, in the club structure, to get paid in there, you must be on the minimum subscription of Atlas Forge. So you have one reoccurring cost, and that is Atlas Forge. It's ongoing. It's if you're going to be a part of the club and earn binary commissions and Forge and matching bonuses and all those things, you have to be on Atlas Forge. And then there's a one-time qualification to earn the binary, and that is to sponsor one left and one right that earns, or a combination of sponsoring that equals 200 CP. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you a lot, and many of you may not have been to the Atlas Forge website. So this is actually the website right here. One of the things that I want to show you is that everyone should be subscribed to the free newsletter. This gives you updates. It'll show you, we post articles, you know, every week or so. Andy's got some articles, and you'll get these updates here. Andy's also, we've just published his first podcast and got it, you know, we're calling it The Rant with Andy Morbitzer. And
I do my second one tonight, I believe. I do my next one tonight.
Yeah, so we've got it published on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify actually as well. We'll have to get that published. But you can see it here, or you can listen to it on our website. So when everyone is subscribed to just even the free Atlas Forge, you will get notified whenever there's new content on this website. And one of the things that I want to show you, Atlas Forge it works together with Panther Strategies, but it's also its own independent website. It's great for people who maybe just want the education, maybe just want to purchase the products.
Or somebody that just looked at the site and is kicking the tires. You want to put their email in there, because we're going to send out continuous emails and teasers that somebody you might have brought to Atlas Forge, let's say as a retail customer that's just going to buy products. Why, of course, you want to put their name on that email list, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to send out the teasers and the emails to get your clients on board with Atlas Forge. That way you can get paid every month they pay for a subscription. You're going to earn 5 years or 10 years, depending upon whether it's Pioneer or Mastery. So you're slowly but surely building a retail side, and then you have also a business side. So it works hand in hand.
But I do want to show you that we are not logged in right now. So anybody who is going to this site can only, in the shop, they can see our strategic metals, and they've got the precious metals tab here as well. Now, you'll see, I'm going to show you how to log in to Atlas Forge, and you're going to see, this is the easiest way. Your Panther, as Andy mentioned before, your Panther username will be the same as your username on Atlas, and that's how the two websites talk to each other. But the easiest way to log in is just actually push this button here on your Panther dashboard. It automatically logs you in to Atlas Forge. Okay, so once you are logged in, you've got now access to the library. So this is all of the members area content, and here is even our webinar that we did with Bodo for strategic metals. Now, if somebody does not have a Pioneer or Mastery subscription, they will click on View, and they will get this pop-up box that actually prompts them to subscribe to access that content. And then when you go to the shop, because we've logged in with our Panther username, you will now see a new tab that has popped up called Panther Products. And this is where we've got all of our gold Panther Certilock gold bars and our Troy ounces and our 10 stacker bars. This has been a big question for everybody looking for these products. It's much simpler to have one shopping cart with these products rather than sell them on two websites.
And go back to strategic metals real quick, guys. When when you look at, we've had people try to buy strategic metals and they're like, well, wait a second. You know, some of these say 0.25 of a euro here on dysprosium oxide, for example. These are values because we want to be right in that great cost, dollar cost averaging, that monthly average of somebody putting aside $50, $100, $200 a month. And what you really want to build a good, strong, long-term residual business is to, from day one, start building the thought of, I want lots of people to get to $50 or $100 or whatever it is in their budget. 10% of their, typically 10% of whatever their assets should go into a hedge product, but just take it on another value. You might look at, let's say somebody wants to put $50 or $100 into this. So when you look at the pricing, each one of these minimum that you can get into them would be, for example, the dysprosium oxide is 200 grams at 0.25 of a euro. So all of those, if you did the math, they'd come in between $50 and $150 minimum that they can get any interest or fractional ownership of this. And we're the only people in the world. You've got to have a price point that people can afford. Because understand, other than our company, I don't know of a company where you can get into strategic metals less than $100,000. So we're just blessed to be even allowed to operate in the space of precious metals. Can I do a lot more and a lot higher values? Absolutely. And we're going to come out with that, and they're going to be called baskets. And we'll get to that, probably bring it out next month for higher net worth individuals, because we've already had people approach us and say, well, wait a second, Andy, do I get a better deal if I buy $10,000 worth or $100,000 worth? And the answer is yes. But to be fair to everybody, because I don't want to just cater to the rich and the famous, that's not why we built this. The average person that has a limited income or is just starting a business, has some more maybe discretionary income, just like you would dollar cost average and buy a gram of gold or an ounce of gold every month or whatever it would be, whatever your budget allows. We're doing the same thing in strategic metals, but also know that because these are industrial metals, they come in, if you will, prepackaged sizes. We can't bust open some of these metals in a kilogram or certainly not a gram. I mean, it would be, a fleck of powder, and you can't do that individually. So we have some minimums, but when we go in and buy these things, we buy it by the kilo, or like I said, or by the ton, and then we fractionalize it out so everybody has an opportunity to get into this specific real property and be part of it. Because without being able to do that, why, of course, you couldn't buy it at all.
Just so everyone knows, in about 2 weeks, we're probably going to launch to an automatic, like almost a savings plan. So if somebody wanted to just purchase 50 euros or 100 euros every month of one of these metals, and they just want to have it done automatically, we will have that set up in about a month from now. And that just gets people into the habit again and just increasing their portfolio and dollar cost averaging. So.
Well, I say this all the time. What is networking? And networking is taking a group of people, which is all the people you share it with, to perform a function. And that function is savings. That function is dollar cost averaging. And you want it to be over a long period of time. And if you can achieve those 3 things, you can make multi-millions of dollars in this very easily.
Okay. I guess what is all right. The last thing, actually, the one last thing I wanted to show you, and then Andy's going to talk about how you guys can make the 50 euros per month, is on the registration page on Panther. This is one of the differences. Excuse me. I got a frog stuck in my throat. If you click on these packages, it will give you more detail of what's in the package. So you can see that a Puma or higher discount gives you a lifetime 3% discount on strategic metals. This is not offered to Cub members. So that's another advantage to get more engaged and be a part of the Panther community. It also qualifies you to earn higher rewards in the rewards plan. And you'll see that on each of these when you click on them.
And we've started, we've had some, our very first subscriptions, our very first memberships, our very first purchases of products. And understand, guys, if you're on this call, you want the first, 50 people in the world in this, you've got to look at this long term. And that's what's going to lead us into our next little bit of 10-minute overview here. But think of it as, when I talk about how to maximize the comp plan, very first thing you need to do is get that person left and right of 200 CP or higher. That gets you active. You have to be on your monthly subscription to qualify for the commissions in the binary through forging and through matching bonuses. Because without it, right now, volume is flowing up. Some of you have not upgraded from whatever the Cub or the Puma level to at least the Leopard level or above, where all the money is going to be made. It increases your direct sales. It increases your forging, meaning how much you earn in cycling. It qualifies you for matching bonuses. So it makes sense why people, this grows very quickly. After the first month, it grows very quickly. It's about training the first wave of people. The first 50 a month from now become the first 150 and 350 and so forth. So it grows very quickly. So if you haven't upgraded, I mean, you don't have to, but I'm just saying, how do we earn these base pays? And this base pay is really based on two things: your group's volume on a monthly basis and your overall performance since inception into Panther. Meaning, when I look at line 1, 20,000, and all others 16,000, first month iPad Pro. So let's start with basic. A line is a personally sponsored individual, and any memberships, subscriptions, or products that are sold from that personally directed or personally referred person generates a line of volume. So that line of volume for 1 month, if you reach 20,000 and all other lines combined, meaning let's say you sponsored 5 people, you're going to have one person or one line that is dominant. Let's say that dominant line got to 20,000 and all 4 preceding lines in combination made up 16,000. So you've got, in essence, $36,000 of RP, or 36,000 points. So the first month you'd earn an iPad Pro. Now, if you didn't do it the first month, the values that you had the first month start your body of work throughout your life with Panther, meaning anything you do in subsequent months continues to add to that line. So over time, when you look at the very first one, bronze, what do you really need? You need one line of 20,000 and all other lines combined 16,000. That would earn you 200 euro. It'll be very easy to get to, but just know the difference between the 200 euro monthly and the iPad. The first month that you qualify for any of these career levels, first you get the incentive, whatever the prize is, if you will. And then all subsequent months, you would earn the dollar value. Now, move on to line 2. Here, you still really need 2 lines of,
sorry.
That's all right. You need 2 lines of volume, and the values increased a little bit, but now you can make 500 euro per month. The first month you qualify, you get the MacBook Pro. So then you look at, okay, gold, platinum, and sapphire all require 3 lines of volume. So the first 2, bronze and silver, 2 personally sponsored, meaning 2 lines of volume. To get into 1,250 up to 8,000 euros, you would need 3 personally sponsored with 3 legs of volume, or 3 lines of volume. And remember, volume is anything we sell, any product, any subscription, any retail, any membership. So you have the monthly, meaning these are the requirements that you need to meet every month. I know that you need to meet every month to earn that dollar amount. It was really a huge selling point with a company we were in years ago because it's career level. It's like guaranteed money. Once you build your business to a point where you're maintaining more than you are building, you're training, mentoring, coaching to make other people successful, these values stay somewhat constant. And I've looked at similar platforms that I'm involved with, 2 of them to be, well, 3 of them, where I can take the volume that or monies or revenue that was generated in those companies, where in one I've got just a huge giant power leg, but it doesn't really pay me any money. It pays me here in the bronze and the silver, but it's a dominant leg and I really don't get paid on it because it's a power leg. And I know that those don't work. That's why I'm building the matrix, tops to bottom, left to right. So minimums, you need 2 personally sponsored for bronze or silver. You need 3 personally sponsored for gold, platinum, and sapphire, of course, plus the volume required. And then you get into diamond, Panther, VIP. Those are technically 4 lines of volume. And like I said before, I know 1 or 2 people on the call that confirm this right now. And we've been doing the one company, we would easily be at the diamond level right now. So you got to look at this as get qualified, get active, meaning get your 200 CP left, your 200 CP right. That's your first priority. Be on your Atlas Forge subscription. That gets you through 1 and 2. Now to get to 3, you really want to bring on that 3rd or 4th personally sponsored individual. The grand scheme of it, you want to have 4 lines, 4 personally sponsored people that generate volume, and you can max the comp plan out. Now, to be able to get there and structure it properly, these are retail. This is sales from everything. This has nothing to do with the binary, has nothing to do with cycling or matching bonuses. This is a retail member could actually achieve this. Somebody that could come in on the retail side and just start sharing it with other people could actually achieve this. It has nothing to do with the club structure. The club structure and being a member there allows you to have 3% discounts and any discounts that we do in the future for members. It allows you access to binary compensation. It allows you access to the matching car bonus. It allows you access to what else didn't I hit? Matching bonuses. Forging. The number 1 way you'll get paid is by building a team in the binary. The cycle amount, meaning when you get volume on the left side and the right side, you're going to do it cycle. So by moving up to Jaguar, and that's the key to the whole thing. If you're not a Jaguar or higher, all I can do is recommend that you do it because it makes financial sense. You're leaving money on the table. Yeah, leopard.
You said Jaguar.
No, not Jaguar. No. Leopard. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Too many African cats running around in my head.
But Jaguars are cool.
But that's where you want to start immediately with 2 people. Get that 200 CP left, 200 CP right, personally sponsored, beyond the subscription, and then work on your 3rd and your 4th person and sponsor those people as high up in your matrix as you can. Because when this all builds out, they're going to make more money and you're going to make more matching bonus on what they make. So when you look at the long term, it's very easy, both in the club structure and then to acquire and achieve these incentives on a monthly basis. Now, all these values are true as well for the incentive. As you hit these milestones in the body work, you're going to earn all the way up from, cars and investments and all the way up to a luxury villa. Once you get up to the top and you get your luxury villa, the 2nd month, you're going to earn the 50,000 euro. Oh, and it can be done easily. I know people, matter of fact, on this call, including myself, that do that have that kind of volume. So I know what it looks like. But when we build it in such a way where everybody's profitable, we spoke yesterday to a guy and he said a company had a retention rate of 90%. And I knew immediately it had to be a retail shop. And most retention is the number 1 issue in network companies. It's the number 1 reason people leave. It's because they're not making any money. So if you follow my instructions and just trust me that when you build your matrix, if everybody can get 2 who get 2, they do the minimum, meaning 200 CP right and 200 CP left, and they're on auto ship, every line that completes in the matrix makes the 2 levels above that puts it in profitability. So it's a win-win. And this is just bonus that happens naturally on the retail side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to wrap it up. We wanted to keep this short and brief.
Did we stand at 30 minutes?
I don't know if we made it or not. We might be.
See if there's a question or two we can knock out.
If anybody has a quick question while we're kind of wrapping it up, set it, just put it in the question box and we'll quickly answer it. Other than that, so I guess just to wrap it up, is the biggest key things are want to upgrade to Leopard membership or higher. Tiger and Panther memberships, are highest level packages. There are trips included in those, which will actually have our licensed professionals at these meetings. And so there's some value involved in those trips.
Well, one-on-one with our
one-on-one meetings with them, and so that you can get any questions that are pertaining to your specific situation answered. And then we've got, I guess the other thing is subscribe to Atlas Forge. Definitely at least do the free subscription so you're getting those updates, but you're missing out if you're not getting the education and the valuable webinars, especially the one we just did recently with strategic metals. And Bodo actually had a buy recommendation for one of them right now. So it was a really great webinar, and you want to see it.
And we're going to do another one next week where we'll do an overview of all the metals, some applications, so you have a great understanding of these strategic metals, how rare and scarce and valuable, and what a great opportunity it is, because we know what's coming in the future. The drones, the phones, the TVs, the solar, the Internet of Things, and electric vehicles and robotics, and just about every damn thing on the planet's going to have these little circuits in it. Every phone, I'm looking at just the table, 1, 2, 3 iPhones, 3 computers, and an iPad.
We're pretty excited about strategics.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel we're kind of geeky that way, because it's, I guess it's something that we've known for almost 2.5 years. So nobody else has really heard about them before. So it's kind of a new thing that we've actually gotten a lot of great feedback from.
Well, a lot of network marketing is about selling a product and you earn a commission off that. And I get it, and you can do quite well. But ours is, okay, you sell a product and you earn a commission off that, but also that product, there's a damn good chance that it's going to earn you some money too. Believe me, I've researched these things, and now, of course, I'm not giving financial advice or any guarantees or anything else. You'll at the end of the day, you have to make your own decision. But knowing the risks in paper and in banks and the stock market, tonight's podcast is going to go over exactly what happened this last week. The Dow crashed, the S&P crashed, the NASDAQ crashed, cryptocurrency crashed. If you were hedged, you actually came out 1% ahead. If you hedge against the stock market with gold, you actually came out 1.3% higher than if you had all your money just in the stock market. If you throw in some strategic metals, now you made 2%. And I'll show you how that all works. It's the rule of diversification, or the complexity theory. One thing succeeds and it damages 2 others. Hedging is kind of like that in the same way. If one asset drops in value very quickly, then you have other assets that hopefully is going the other direction. The inverse relationship between the stock market and gold has been around for 100 years. When the stock market crashes, gold goes up. But in this particular case this week, a lot of money moved. It moved out of cryptocurrency and it moved out of paper assets. I don't know what exactly has scared some people this week, but big money's on the move right now. And then I look at when the stock market crashes. I just got the poke, so I'll put it on my podcast tonight. And oh, by the way, I got my first Twitter account, so watch out.
That's funny. We gave him the Top Gun photo.
These guys and their. Anyway, thanks for being on the call.
And everyone, cheers, Friday. Have a great weekend. We're around if you guys need to have any questions this weekend. Hit us up. And
Skype, Messenger,
we'll talk
phone.
to everyone soon. Oh, by the way, we're coming out with a schedule, a regular schedule and trying to get a calendar put on the website and back office of Panther as well. But I believe Monday evenings are going to be.
Let's not say. We have a schedule that's going to have Panther calls for the day and the night for the Europeans, the Americans, the Asians, and then an Atlas Forge, and then podcasts and those types of things. All be on one neat little schedule or monthly schedule where you'll know what's coming.
But we're going to do our next business overview call for the public to get people interested in Panther Monday evening. So just plan on that if you want to have people put some time aside to hop on that.
On what, Monday?
Business overview.
For Panther?
Yep.
Rock on.
All right. Cheers, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you guys.